Welcome to today's podcast, where we dive into the colorful world of Euro souvenir notes. Ever wondered why these €0 notes are gaining so much attention?
Absolutely. At first it sounds a bit odd, €0 notes that you can't use to buy anything, but they're actually quite collectible. What do you think makes them so appealing?
I think it's the combination of unique designs and the idea of having a souvenir that looks like real currency. People love collecting things that tell a story, and each note usually highlights a cultural landmark or event.
That's true. I've seen notes featuring famous places like the Eiffel Tower or the Colosseum. It's like carrying a piece of your travel memories in your wallet. But do you think it's only tourists who are interested?
Not at all. Serious collectors are really into these, too. Some even treat them like rare stamps. Since the print runs are limited, it adds a sense of exclusivity. Have you ever tried collecting them?
I have. I picked up a couple during a trip to Paris. At the time, I thought it was a quirky souvenir, but later I learned that some editions become quite valuable. It's funny how something with zero face value can be worth so much.
Exactly. The irony is part of the charm. Plus, the notes are printed by the same company that produces real Euro banknotes, so the quality is impressive. Why do you think authenticity matters here?
Well, if you're going to collect something, you want it to feel genuine. The security features, the paper, even the holograms, they make the notes feel official. It's almost like you're holding a piece of art.
That's a good point. And the art aspect is huge. Each note is like a mini poster of a famous spot. Some even see them as educational tools, especially for kids learning about European landmarks.
Speaking of education, I think these notes spark curiosity. You see a picture of a castle or monument, and you want to know more about it. It's a lot more engaging than a regular postcard.
Definitely. And because they're so affordable, usually a couple of euros, they're accessible to almost anyone. It democratizes collecting in a way, don't you think?
Yeah, it lowers the barrier. You don't need to be a millionaire to start a collection. And with new designs released regularly, there's always something fresh to look for.
I heard some collectors even trade notes internationally. It's become a global hobby. Have you ever swapped notes with someone from another country?
I have, actually. It's a fun way to connect with people and learn about new places. Sometimes you get a note from a location you've never visited, and it inspires you to add it to your travel list.
It's like having a passport full of dreams. But with so many designs, do you think it's possible to collect them all?
That's the challenge. New notes are released every year, and some are limited editions. It keeps the hunt exciting. Plus, there's always the thrill of finding a rare one.
I can see how the thrill of the chase is part of the fun. Do you ever worry about fakes or replicas?
That's a real concern. But most official notes have serial numbers and security features, so it's not easy to counterfeit. Still, it's wise to buy from trusted sources.
Good advice. And for beginners, official websites and museum shops are usually safe bets. By the way, have you noticed how some notes commemorate special events like anniversaries or festivals?
Yes, and those tend to be the most popular. People love having a keepsake from a once-in-a-lifetime event. It's a crossover between history, art, and personal memory.
It's fascinating. Some notes even become conversation starters. I once showed a friend my collection, and it led to a discussion about our favorite travel memories.
That's the beauty of souvenirs, right? They're not just objects, they're stories you can share. And these €0 notes are like tiny time capsules.
Well put, and the fact that you can't spend them makes them even more special. It's a souvenir that stays with you, rather than something you use and forget.
True. Also, I think the environmental impact is smaller compared to plastic trinkets. Paper notes are easier to store and display too.
That's an interesting angle, and they don't take up much space, so even if you collect dozens, you won't need a separate room.
Unless you become a super collector. Do you think the popularity of these notes will keep growing?
I believe so. As long as people love to travel and explore, there will be a demand for unique souvenirs. The creative designs keep the experience fresh.
And with social media, collectors can share their finds instantly. It builds a community, which is always good for keeping interest alive.
Absolutely. The community aspect makes it more than just a solo hobby. You get to swap stories, tips, and even notes with others.
Have you ever come across a design that really surprised you?
Once I saw a note featuring a little-known local festival. It made me curious to learn more about the place. Sometimes it's the unexpected designs that stand out.
That's so true. It's like discovering a hidden gem in your collection. Plus, the notes make great gifts for friends who love to travel.
I agree. They're unique, affordable, and full of meaning. What more could you ask for in a souvenir?
Exactly. And who knows, maybe one day these notes will be as sought after as classic postage stamps.
Only time will tell. For now, it's just fun to collect, trade, and share the stories behind each note.
Before we wrap up, what's your favorite Euro souvenir note in your collection?
Tough question. I think mine is the one featuring the Berlin Wall. It's a piece of history you can hold.
That's a great choice. For me, it's the note with the Sagrada Familia. The detail is incredible.
Nice pick. Well, thanks for joining us as we explored the world of Euro souvenir notes today.
Thanks for tuning in. Maybe next time you travel, you'll bring home a €0 note instead of a fridge magnet.
Or maybe both, just to be safe. Until next time, keep collecting and keep exploring.
See you next time.